Am I the asshole for not giving up my second free seat next to me in the plane? I am obese. Like I am comfortable having 2 seats in the plane type of obese. I am well aware of that and I really don't like to bother people with my weight. A week ago I was going to a conference by plane and because I was going alone, usually when I fly with my boyfriend I don't buy 2 since he sits next to me, I bought 2 seats. I fit in one but my side is usually touching the person next to me and I feel uncomfortable for them. It happened to me that they gave me nasty looks and I felt extremely uncomfortable the whole flight. So I sat down in the plane and put the armrest up so I would be really comfortable. Some couple came and they both sat next to me because they got separate seats and they noticed the seat next to me was empty. Exactly what I was afraid of happened. My side kept touching the guy next to me and he even pushed me a bit when he moved in the seat. I was feeling extremely uncomfortable and asked him if he could go to his seat because I bought this one for my comfort. He told me no, since the seat is empty and he wants to be with his girlfriend. Well, I told him I understand but I feel uncomfortable and I paid for the second seat so exactly this doesn't happen. He refused again and started to chat with his GF. I called the flight attendant and quietly told her what is happening. She asked the guy to leave my second seat and he and his girlfriend gave me a nasty look. The girlfriend mumbled something like, "fucking fat bitch," under her breath but nothing directly to me. So am I the asshole for insisting on him to leave? Not the asshole former flight attendant. It's your seat. You paid for it. If that classless couple wanted to sit together that badly, they should have paid for seats together. Not the asshole. If it happens again, don't let them sit down. Block the extra seat and state immediately, "I paid for 2 seats. This one is not available." Not the asshole. It doesn't matter why you purchased that seat. You could have bought it for the spirits of your ancestors so they could guide you safely to your destination and it would have been no one's business but yours. Sorry this happened. Not the asshole. You bought that seat. The couple sitting apart has nothing to do with you. Idgaff if you were thin and bought a second seat for your emotional support ghost. That's your seat. Not the asshole. They tried to take something you paid for and then were rude to you. It's a bit shocking, really, considering the number of people who comment on social media that larger people should have to buy 2 seats. Please don't feel bad about yourself because they chose to be horrid and entitled. Not the asshole. It wasn't a free available seat. You purchased it, you bought the seat so it is occupied. Am I the asshole for threatening to pour wine on someone's dress? My 28 NB, dad, 50M, and step-mom, 60F, are getting married later on this year. They've been together for almost 15 years and I'm so happy for them. They're keeping things really low-key and simple. I will be standing with my dad and my stepmom's friend Jill, 64F, will be standing with her. I picked a dress to wear and my stepmom has seen it and loved it. My dress is cream but she doesn't mind since she is wearing pink with a champagne pashmina. We went out a few weeks ago and got matching tattoos and lunch. During this lunch Jill messaged and she'd found a dress and sent a picture. It's pink and gold. She has seen my step-mom's dress. It's the same color. Honestly the dress is also really ugly, like really ugly. Also, I wouldn't say totally appropriate for a 64-year-old woman, but that's just my opinion. My stepmom tried to be nice about telling her no, that she's the bride and her dress will overshadow her, that she'd prefer she picked a different color etc. Jill just brushed it all off saying no one would be looking at her and not to be silly. My stepmom is not a confrontational person and won't just say no. I am. And I will. After a few days of this I messaged Jill and said no, you're not wearing the dress, you've been told no, you're making my stepmom uncomfortable, no. She messages me back with the same shit and I warn her that if she dared show up in that dress I would pour a bottle of red wine on her. The whole damn thing. So find something else. No response. I visited my friend in another part of the country and we went to a shop and I sent her a picture of their red wine selection asking if she had a preference. She messaged me back saying she wasn't wearing the dress. I said that was good to hear. I told my mum about it and she agreed with me but my grandma, stepdad and aunt said I took it way too far. I should have left it to stepmom. Stepmom hasn't really said anything, just that she's glad Jill changed her mind and dad said it would be a shame to waste wine. Not the asshole. Jill needed to hear that and fair play for standing up for stepmother. I'm sure she appreciates it more than she's letting on. I know some may not agree with me but not the asshole. I visited my friend in another part of the country and we went to a shop and I sent her a picture of their red wine selection asking if she had a preference. Thank you for this. This made me bust out laughing. I got a good chuckle out of this story. That's really funny, sending the photo of the wine section. Not very tactful, but Jill needed to be told what's up. Not the asshole, but not at all polite either. If you are an asshole, it's ESH. Personally, I think not the asshole. Jill is not a reasonable person. Jill doesn't understand. No, Jill was told, no, by the bride. Jill was told, no, by the bride's stepkid. Jill needed to be threatened with something, but nothing that would injure her. Threats are the only thing she would respond to. Threat of harm to her person would have made you an awe. Threatening to wreck the dress is the best you could do under the circumstances, although I think the bride could have alternatively threatened to kick her out of the wedding party. Not the asshole. Sometimes you need to be an asshole because someone else can't. This was one of those times, rolling on the floor laughing. Not the asshole. You stood up for your mother and the friend finally relented. She would not have otherwise. Am I the asshole for no longer speaking around my niece? English is my third language. I'm an immigrant, married into a predominantly white family. I think I'm fluent enough. I still have an accent and likely will for the rest of my life, and sometimes I lost handle on grammar when speaking too quickly or when I'm stressed. My in-laws are for the most part neutral about me, at least when I'm around. However, there has been a few instances of them showing disappointment in their son for marrying not only another man, but an immigrant one. Listing them would take too much space and isn't completely relevant. Just their existence is. Husband's sister, my sister-in-law, had her first daughter last year. Now that the economy is stabilizing, she wants to go back to the workforce to help her family get back on track. Bill was laid off and had to find lower-paying job. In-laws has been taking turn babysitting her daughter while she's job hunting, including husband and I. We usually have her on Thursday afternoon, right before her nap. 3 weeks ago, while babysitting, Mill and Phil came over to visit. Niece was being fussy, so I rocked her in my arm and sang her a lullaby in one of my native tongues, as I usually do while she's being fussy in my care. Mill didn't exactly snatch her out of my arms, but it was a close thing. She told me off for using foreign languages that will mess up her language development. Like I said, this was the last of a long list of passive-aggressive behavior from her part, so when husband's mom did absolutely nothing as usual, I said that it's all right, and that I just won't speak around her so she doesn't pick up my accent and mispronunciation and wrong stressings. That's exactly what I've been doing since then. Whenever we have her over or if we're visiting Sil or we met on a get-together, I only respond with a nod, a shrug, or a headshake, sometimes hum or other such noises. Husband is upset, of course, but when I point out that Mill has nothing to complain about since I did that, he always shuts up. A couple of days ago, Sil's friend was visiting when we came over for dinner. As usual, I became nonverbal while in my niece's vicinity. Sil's friend noticed and, very politely, asked if it would be helpful if she signs while speaking. I was honest, and told her quietly that I have an accent and don't want to affect my niece's speech. Things were very awkward afterwards, rightfully so, and when we got back home, husband and I got into a very big fight over this. He said I'm being childish, which I was, under the orders of his mother. We haven't spoken to each other since. Am I the asshole? Edit. Hello everyone, I've been reading as many comments as possible, and I'm thankful for all your responses. There are just so many lol. However, my SIL's friend, the one who asked me if I would like her to sign to me, got in touch with me just now, asking if I'm alright because she's concerned about the dynamic she saw the other day. She was very polite and apologetic, and the fact that this stranger asked me how I'm feeling before my own husband gives me a lot to think about where my life has taken me. I think the resolution to all this might not involve my niece after all. I'm still thankful for your help, however, and it did help me clear my head a little more. Not the asshole. Racist folks always get real awkward when confronted with their subtle racism. Not the asshole. You're not ruining her speech development by having an accent. Mill is being racist by even suggesting that, and your husband should be more supportive of you instead of letting you get bullied by his mommy. Not the asshole. That crap about messing up the baby's language development is just plain wrong. Babies and kids pick up on languages quickly and it's a gift for them later on. Your Mill is racist. What does your husband do to stick up for you? Why do you still have to be around these racist people? Not the asshole. Your in-laws are racist and your husband is complicit with their racism. I'm so sorry, Op. Overall, the situation sounds bleak. Mill was so racist that she stole a lullaby from a baby who probably loved hearing it before nap time. Loudly crying husband called your non-aggressive compliance with Mil's racism childish. Instead of confronting his mother, husband has offered zero resistance to his family's racism since there are too many instances to list. If this is ever going to improve, your husband needs to be much more vocally supportive of you. How can he allow his family to say hateful things to you and yet claim to love you? If he won't stop his family now, he won't do it later. Love isn't silent. You deserve better. P.S. Your English is great. What does your SIL say about this? Anyone in their right mind would encourage you to speak in your native language around your niece. How can being bilingual mess up anything? Anyway, I'd speak to the parents. If they're okay with you speaking around her, just WTF. It doesn't matter what your Mill thinks. Not the asshole. I think it would be amazing to have the opportunity for my child to be someone's care that speaks another language. I would also request that you only speak your native language with her. Kids are capable of learning multiple languages at an early age. Mill is ignorant and maybe racist. You are a gift to your in-laws and they're completely missing what you have to offer. I hope you can change your perspective of yourself and together with your partner, your in-laws. Again, you're a blessing to them, not an awe. Huge. Not the asshole. Update. Would I be the asshole if I called my copycat coworker out? I had to shorten this post sadly. So a while ago I did a post about a coworker excessively copying my outfits. Thanks for all the suggestions and support, I read them all. I was obviously still dealing with this on daily basis, so I decided to say something either way. I went with the confrontation route. Last week we both came into work wearing one of my favorite ensembles. A floral dress with white stockings and hair half up with a light pink bow tie matched with same-styled shoes and bag. It wasn't every day that we happened to wear the same ensemble the same day, so I thought this was a perfect opportunity to talk with her. The evidence was literally right there on this girl. So we were about to leave the break room and I asked if I could have a word with her alone. Me. So this is kinda awkward, but I've noticed you wear a lot of same outfits I wear. In fact, I haven't seen you wear anything else than the outfits I have for a long time. It's a free country and I've tried not to care, but it bothers me since no one else has ever copied me to this extent and it's making me uncomfortable. Is everything okay? I wanted to know how come do you feel that we should look alike? I am sure you know no one else does this? She started out looking uncomfortable but then got kinda mad and said something like, I don't know who said I was copying you, but I am not. I just happen to like the same stuff you like. Me. Yeah, and that's cool obviously, if only you were to mix them up in different way than I do or something. Every day you wear the same thing I've put together and worn another time, and I am running out of new outfits since I'd like not to match with someone sometimes. It's just not possible that it's a coincidence, we both know that. Look at us right now, this is insane, we are like twin girls in a church. It's not a coincidence since I put this together myself. We both know you've seen me wearing this and bought all the same stuff it takes from me to put this together. I appreciate you liking the way I dress, but I'd like to understand why. She looked pissed and was kinda embarrassed but didn't really say anything after that, just left. I get that, because what would she say? I know I embarrassed her, but no one else heard the conversation. I feel kinda bad since she's not doing anything inherently mean. It's just insane and I don't get it, and I feel so much better after being able to express my feelings towards this thing she's doing. It's been about a week now and to my surprise she has been showing up to work with different outfits now. We obviously still wear the same pieces but she now doesn't put them together to match me exactly, and I feel extremely relieved. My style is a big part of how I express myself and I feel like I get to be the only version of me again and it feels good. We are probably not gonna be friends after this, she only talks to me when she has to. But I guess I am okay with it. Edit. Thanks for all the kind and funny comments. Reading all less than 3. Sorry I cannot share my blog for the few of you who asked for it. Someone could expose it somewhere to the haters. Flushed. What a weird thing. Why deny it? Low key very happy we got this update. I didn't understand why you were voted you are the asshole. I would want to ask her too, laughing my ass off, not to be mean either, but yeah, like WTF? Edit. To add. Especially since she made a change. She knew it was happening, and all the people who told you to just ignore it were kidding themselves. We'd all want to know why someone was doing this to us. Lol. Og post. I don't understand how you were the asshole at all. I'm glad you confronted her. I had this issue growing up and it was a bummer because my style is also very important to me. Glad she understood and started dressing differently. I'm happy for you. I also worked with someone like this. She went shopping with on a break and wanted the exact same things, down to jewelry as me, and I just said, you can choose things for yourself. We're not twins. I think she was a lost soul. Girl, this would drive me insane. That other chick is a complete weirdo for denying it. Style is personal to me. I would hate if someone copied my outfits.